Tariffs, inflation, markets in free fall. Wall Street banks are now putting recession odds at 50-50, and that number is climbing. But here's what they are not telling you on the news. The wealthy do not panic. They don't run. They don't freeze. They execute. And right now, they are moving billions into assets most people have never even heard of. I'm Marco Valenti, and today, I am going to hand you the exact playbook the top 1% uses to not just survive a recession, but come out the other side richer than when it started. Stay with me, because the next 6 minutes might be the most important financial education you ever get. Let me give you the raw numbers, because numbers don't lie. The US average tariff rate just hit 11.0%, the highest level since 1943. The last time this happened, the world was at war. JP Morgan, one of the most powerful financial institutions on the planet, has already called it. They expect business sentiment to collapse by mid-year 2026. Consumer confidence is at a 4-year low, and Goldman Sachs is projecting inflation could spike close to 4% before this year is out. Now, does that guarantee a recession? No. But it means you have a window, right now, to position yourself before the crowd panics. Because here's what history shows us. Every single major economic downturn in modern history, 1973, 1987, 2000, 2008, created millionaires. Not because those people were lucky, but because they were prepared. Before I give you the strategy, you need to understand the #1 mistake that destroys average investors during a downturn. They sell. They watch the market drop. They feel the fear, and they hit the button. And the moment they do, they lock in the loss forever. Here's a stat that will shake you. Fidelity analyzed the S&P 500 over 4 decades. If you missed just the 10 best trading days over that entire period, your returns were cut in half. 10 days, out of thousands. And when do those best days happen? Right after the worst crashes, when fear is at its peak and the weak hands have already sold. The strategy I'm about to give you is designed to keep you in the game while everyone else is running out the door. This is the playbook, 5 moves, in order of priority. Write this down. Move 1, build your war chest. First, before you invest a single dollar, you need liquidity. 3 to 6 months of living expenses, sitting in a high-yield savings account or money market fund. This is your oxygen. Without it, a recession doesn't just hurt your portfolio. It forces you to sell at the worst possible moment just to pay rent. Do not skip this step. This is where most people fail. Move 2, dollar cost average like a machine. Once that cushion is in place, you invest. Not all at once, systematically, same amount, every single week or month, no matter what the market is doing. This is called dollar cost averaging. And in a recession, it is a weapon. When prices are down, you buy more shares for the same money. When prices recover, those extra shares multiply your gains. No emotion, no timing, just discipline. Every single time. Move 3, load up on recession-resistant assets. Not all assets bleed the same way. While growth stocks crater, certain categories have historically held firm and even gained. US Treasury bonds, backed by the full faith of the government. They are the fortress of the financial world. Dividend-paying blue-chip stocks, companies like consumer staples, healthcare, utilities, they keep paying you even when the market is melting. Gold historically spikes during uncertainty. It is not a growth play, it is insurance. And REITs, real estate investment trusts, they give you exposure to real assets that generate income without you needing to buy a building. Move 4, go global. One of the biggest blind spots for American investors is staying purely domestic. Right now, with US tariffs shaking global supply chains, there are countries and regions that are actually set to benefit from the rebalancing. International diversification, especially into markets less exposed to the US-China trade war, is a strategic hedge most retail investors never think about. The wealthy think in continents, not zip codes. Move 5, target profitable companies only. Here's a recession truth the market teaches every single time. The companies that survive and dominate on the other side are the ones that were already profitable before the storm hit. In a bull market, companies can bleed cash for years and still look good on paper. In a recession, that luxury vanishes overnight. You are looking for strong balance sheets, positive cash flow, low debt, and pricing power. If a company can raise its prices during inflation and people still buy, that is a fortress. That is where you put your money. Let me close the loop with history, because some of you still don't believe this works. In 5 out of the last 11 recessions since 1950, the stock market posted positive returns during the downturn itself. Positive. During a recession. After the 2008 financial crisis, the single greatest crash most of us lived through, the investors who stayed in, who kept buying, who had a plan, They saw the S&P 500 triple in value over the next decade. The Great Recession made millionaires, not out of luck, out of strategy. In 2026, this is your moment to be on the right side of history. Here is the bottom line. A recession is not the end of wealth building. It is the beginning for the people who are ready. Build your war chest, dollar cost average. Load up on recession-resistant assets. Diversify globally, and only buy companies with the fundamentals to survive. That is the playbook. That is how the wealthy think. That is how they move. And now, it is how you can move too. If this video hit different, smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, because we are just getting started on this channel. And drop in the comments, what's your biggest fear about a recession right now? I read every single one. And before you go, real quick, everything I share on this channel is for educational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor, and nothing in this video should be taken as personalized investment advice. Always do your own research, and if you need guidance specific to your situation, talk to a licensed professional. Investing carries risk, and past performance never guarantees what happens next. I'm Marco Valenti. This is Elite Grind Group, and we don't just survive the storm, we build in it. Stay focused, stay consistent, stay elite.